game, you have a commander, and you choose one of two factions. And from one of your two factions, you can choose Liberation Front or Shadow Revolution. And from one of those two, you can choose your commander class that you want to play. So you can choose your commander for different play styles. So you can and then from there, your commander levels up through battle experience. So as you play the game, you'll gain wealth and you'll gain experience. And with experience, you can actually unlock more things in your tech tree. They'll give you new units, new vehicles, new aircraft, new infantry, new tactical structures, new commander abilities, and things like that to kind of customize to your playstyle of your commander. So not only do you choose your faction, which kind of has a playstyle to it, you choose your commander class under that faction, which has a playstyle, and then from that, your tech tree, you can actually customize. Do you want to specialize in structures? Do you want to specialize in unit abilities? Do you want to specialize in the different types of vehicles that you want to play with?
Long range, short range, aircraft, infantry, heavy tanks, light tanks.
Right.
It's up to you to play how you want to play.
Right. So you can kind of really customize your experience. As you win battles, you're going to unlock, you're going to gain experience to level up. You're also going to gain wealth in the game. This is a free-to-play MMO RTS. It is not pay to win, but it is free to play. And as you unlock wealth, you can customize your units. So you see Lance and Francis here are going to want you to choose some different units and change some of your paint schemes here.
Let's go with Tiger. I like Tiger stripes.
Tiger stripes, good. So yeah, so you can actually customize it. You can also buy convenience items that will give you experience point boosts. So you can level up faster as well. And it gives you like the ultimate level of customization for your army. You can buy heroes for your unit, for your army. So you have different heroes that come with a custom unit. They'll have a different type of playstyle, and you can outfit what units you want to take into battle with those heroes. And you can see the guys bringing up the in-game store here that you can purchase. And like I said, it's not pay to win by any means. You're just buying convenience and customization. So currently, we're playing here in this demo. We are playing Liberation Front, and we have 4 systems set up. And we are playing a cooperative PvE map. It's the first time we're showing PvE. We've always been showing PvP. And you can go play PvP over on the main floor, over in Hall H. And go.
Sorry.
Oh, there's Blitz right there. We were just talking about her.
There she is.
Yeah, she's quite spectacular. And oh, there she is there too. And anyways, what this game is now, the guys are going to jump in and start playing. But what's happening here is Liberation Front has captured this location and captured some resources. And the Order of Nations, who we're playing against, now this is the first time we're showing like Order of Nations in play. And the Order of Nations are bringing in their forces to try and recapture a lot of these locations. You can see across the top of the screen, there's 5 victory points. You want to toggle fog of war? Oh, just TOGG, just toggle fog of war. All right. So what's going to be happening here very shortly, there's 5 resource points to capture on this map, and the goal is to gather 5,000 resources. Now you notice we've got a countdown timer going here. What's happening is the Order of Nations is coming in, and they are going to attempt to drive you out, and they're going to attempt to capture the resources. So your goal is to capture 5,000 victory points to win the match. And so we've got different types of units playing here on both systems. We've got combinations of infantry and aircraft and heavy units on all of these. Let's see, is your fog of war off? No space. Oh, debug keys. Tilde. And we're just going to do a little bit of things so you guys can see some more of the stuff. That's not a slash. There it goes.
Sorry, this is my keyboard.
There you go. All right, good. Now we're rocking. So now we can see more of the map, see what's going on. Now Lance can scroll around, show the map, and you can see some of the enemy Order of Nations forces that are coming in. Here's the Panzer. We'll be dealing with him in a minute. Go over and check out some of the other guys. And he's going to go run around and topple down a bunch of stuff. You can see the different Order of Nations units coming in and attacking. and they're spawning in from different locations from the edges of the map and working their way in. Now we're all playing level 10 commanders here. Now this is going to be pretty brutal, but because two of our systems, we don't have two of our demoers here. We're playing. You can actually play with 2 players in this map, but it's really meant for 4. So it's quite a challenge. So if you really want to play with 2 players, it can be quite a challenge. So what we're doing is we're going to come up and why don't you go on up and France is going up on and mess around with the Panzer Hulk. The Panzer Hulk you do not have to take out to lose the map. He's just a very big hazard that's going to come around and cause a lot of problems for you. So you do not have to destroy him. But what we're going to do is for the first mission, you can zoom in there, and what we're going to do is bring the units up close just to give you a sense of scale of what this looks like. Now this guy just drives around and he causes, with all of his turrets, causes a lot of destruction. And he runs over buildings, and he runs over churches, and he runs over farmhouses, knocks over walls, and you can see just all kinds of things that he's doing here. He's going to come over and he's going to come over and knock down this wall. Why don't you just wait for him to come through the wall? And we're going to engage him once he gets through here. Now you can see the guys have captured 2 of the victory points. You can see 2 of the stars are lit up, and now that they've unlocked some super weapon abilities. They can drop an orbital strike or a nuke. You've also got your napalm strike, which is one of your commander abilities. But we're gonna wait for him to come up and come through and knock through the wall, and then engage him that way. Now, something that's great about this is you can see first of all, Lance is dropping off some tactical structures, which he can bring live. So based on his commander's loadout and his strategies, he can actually drop down customized units that or customized structures that can do repairs. Why don't you get out of his way? He's get over to the side. Okay, so he's coming through. He's going to take down the wall, and as he goes around, he's causing all kinds of destruction. And he's really going to start laying a bunch of destruction on the Lance. Now, because we're only 2 players playing here, Lance has gone into invulnerable mode for the sake of the demo, and super weapon, oh boy, okay, you do want to get out of there. As soon as the EM pulse, you want to get away. And you're in invulnerable, so you're okay. But yeah. So what, normally if a player was sitting here, you'd have big problems right now. So yeah, you guys want to go flank him, so. Alright, get out of his way. Get out of his way. Okay, so. Okay. And go ahead and give a little zoom in on it. Bring the units up next to him and get a little zoom so you guys get a kind of a sense of scale. So Order of Nations really plays with some big, big super firepower. And the deal is, in 50 minutes, there's going to be a bunch more of these rolling in. So this is where you want to capture the victory points, get 50,000, or I'm sorry, 5,000 points, and then get out of the game. So, and he's not very impressed by your Tiger Stripe units that you have.
Not at all.
So what we're going to do, so to kind of accelerate things along, like I said now, he's going to run over our turrets, so now he's going to cause some problems there and destroy that, and run over along here, and just causing, taking down a tent, knocking over more stuff, and anyways, so what we're going to do is we're going to take out, we're going to get rid of him, because you can see that the enemy is they're taking over lots of resource points. So it's time for a super weapon. Why don't you hit him up front? Now, why don't you take him out a little bit to the front, kind of drop in a nuke, just kind of keep it away from your guys. And so we're going to drop a nuke in here. This should do some good damage to him. And got some damage. Let's see, did we get any good stuff there? Let's see. Okay, now we're doing an orbital strike here, and we got it. Okay, good. So you gain access to tactical weapons as you unlock more resources, and you capture different locations on the map that will give you different things to do. Did you see it over here while you guys were filming? Excellent, good. So now with that out of the way, the guys can actually move over and try and start capturing back some of these points with the ultimate goal of getting, to kind of capture back all of them before the time runs out. And once they can succeed within that battle, they can actually head back to their base and gain more resources and spend more money to buy more units and stuff.
tanks aren't the fastest units.
So you're just waiting for them to come over?
Yep.
You can always hit the end key and hit with another. Go ahead, hit with just hit the end key and then do another.
And
There you go. Hey, give him another little. Give him another little orbital strike. Or an orbital strike, whatever you want to do. Oh, napalm. Here we go. I did some good damage.
Yeah, I like napalm. Napalm's good.
That's pretty. It's more powerful than it used to be, so that's really good. Yeah. So what what we love about this game, this like I said, we're showing here now the kind of the cooperative PvE, and that's something we're also going to have that full PvE campaign. So if you're not a type of player that likes to play PvP against other players who are really good at what they're doing, and like me, I'm not a great PvPer. I'm just not great in competitive multiplayer. I love the idea that I can actually team up with friends and we can just play cooperatively against the AI and still like level up and gain experience and gain money to purchase more things. So, did you guys have any questions?
How long are you looking for the PvE campaign to be?
I don't know. We've been experimenting with that.
Yeah, still playing with that, obviously. It's actually up to a player because we make it so that our campaign's not. It's important to us, obviously, but we want the players that do what they want to do.
Yeah.
So you can go back and forth from campaign to PvP to PvE at your leisure. You can do what you want to do, enjoy how you want to do it. You can go back in and replay certain missions and go have more fun, or try to get more wealth, or try to get a certain mod that may drop because as a result of that mission. It's really up to the player.
Have you got a number of missions that you're looking to?
Still playing with that, obviously. But that being said, we want to make sure it's something that it's a big part of the game. Obviously, it's the story, it's the lore, it's the it's how you learn about this world. So there's plenty of it. But the exact number of missions, we're still playing with, still toying with that.
Yep. I've got another one, but it's a little bit of a weird one. So you've got all the pre-orders going on at the moment.
Correct.
And each one has all the different skins and wonderful things that come with it.
Yep.
For the collector that tries to get everything, will they be able to buy those or get them through other means or any of that kind of stuff?
So as of now, as you mentioned, we do have 3 editions available, all digitally. We have the Founders, we have the Collectors, and we have the Standard Edition.
Which all come with different, very awesome skins.
Definitely, yes. So as you mentioned, there's the people who like to collect them all, basically. They want to have all the skins, all the perks of having each individual edition. Going forward, we will announce more options that are available. Currently, you can buy all 3 if you want to.
But is that the only way to get them currently?
Currently, that's all we have. We only have the digital options available. More info coming soon.
So, what have you learned so far from player feedback? You've had a few beta tests this weekend so far. Have you got any feedback that's really made you shape?
We've learned how to make the servers much more stable.
absolutely,
Tons of
stability is a
feedback.
great thing.
Stability is, yeah.
When you take a genre like RTS that typically you don't see anything higher than 4v4 or 8 players in a match, and you go up to 24 players in a match, up to 56 players in a match, you really run into some really interesting combinations where maybe on a small scale you think you've got stuff balanced, but then when you expand that out to a team of 28 players and the combinations and ability combinations that they come up with, they really help you really drill down really deep into the balance. So our beta and alpha users have been invaluable in terms of providing balance feedback, playing with us, everything from actual unit balance to balance of the progression, how long it takes to level, or how quickly you gain wealth, things like that. So they've been an immense help in all those areas.
So when it comes to the large scale games, I'm just wondering, are the online matches for PvP and stuff, is it going to be dedicated servers or is it going to be peer hosted?
So
everyone connects to us.
Okay, so if there's a big enough, want for end of missions for customers out, does that mean that there could be queues getting a spot to be able to play them?
So we have it set up so that, first off, we're not a peer-to-peer system. Everybody connects to us. Currently we have it set up so that, ideally, you literally click play, you find a match, and you play. Don't know what's going to happen in the future. Obviously, we're not prepared for everything, obviously. But too early to say if, will there be a queue? Don't know.
You grabbing the victory points?
It'll be like a typical MMO setup where you have shards or servers that you select and you and your friends play on that shard together. Taking it from the peer-to-peer, typical RTS peer-to-peer system to client server allows us to do a lot of really interesting things. Chief among them is things like have 56 players on a map at once.
There's no way you could have
Yeah, you couldn't do that peer-to-peer.
Exactly.
Right? So taking it to that client server side structure really helps us do things like larger matches, but it also gives us more flexibility in terms of we get the question a lot about esports, which is something we're interested in. Not necessarily something that we've got a plan for yet. We've got to make sure the game is ready for that. But the client server structure allows us to do something where if we did want to have, say, a competitive shard, we could label one as competitive and maybe tweak some settings to what the competitive users really wanted to see. And so we have a lot of flexibility in the way we run the game. I mean, you see all the different options you have in MMOs. This is a role-playing server, this is a PvE-only server, stuff like that. When you go from peer-to-peer to that client server-side structure, you get a lot more options and flexibility on how you offer different things.
It's
to
an
your
online,
users.
persistent world.
What it
It's
also
literally
gives you-
ongoing.
What's also really nice about moving away from the traditional peer-to-peer and going to client server is that, one, you can drop into battles live, so the games don't have to be in sync. So you can, and you can leave a battle. If you're in the middle of a big 56-player battle, and somebody's yelling at you, you gotta go have dinner, you can actually bail out, and somebody else can come in and drop in and grab your slot and continue the battle along. So it's nice that you have that dynamic entry and dynamic exiting of the game where one person leaves and the match is totally screwed. The other nice thing is you're not beholden to, like, if somebody's playing with a very bad connection or a very, very low system spec. In the traditional peer-to-peer games, you would have everybody would run at the speed of the lowest system.
Everybody would suffer.
Now, yeah, because it's client server, if you've got a great connection or a great computer, you've got great performance, and you'll never be hindered by the other connection speeds of other players. And what we've been really happy with, which is a kind of surprise, is with the servers running in Dallas, our European community that's playing on those servers have never complained about.
We're playing in Dallas right now.
We are playing on the Dallas servers now from Germany here, and it's an RTS. There's a lot more stuff going across than a traditional MMORPG.
But it's still going to be more forgiving than, say, an FPS. So I guess that works in your favor.
Yes, it does. You've got a little bit more fudge factor. Because the shots are flying back and forth, and things are taking damage, and what we do is we do like a trusted client. So you basically say, okay, I want to move my guys here, and the client will say, all right, let's start moving, and then it'll send it off to the server, and then the server double checks and goes, yeah, that's cool, just let it happen. Otherwise, it might come back and go, okay, they're doing something that they're not supposed to do. Don't let that happen. So it's good. It's, gives us good. Feels like it's got really good snappy response times, and yeah,
Definitely.
So you mentioned esports and that you weren't sure. But what if, say, I log on and see my friends play a game. Can I go and watch him play, or is that something that you've not got, or you're considering?
It's definitely something it's on the wish list, obviously.
we actually, and we have it in there. I mean, but it's like we're not sure if we're gonna like, because we just gotta do a lot of testing with it and stuff like that.
But yes.
Yeah, and because we have built-in delays, because we don't want people
ghosting.
Exactly. We
Which
don't want
was
people
gonna be my
watching and go,
next question.
dude, they're over, like have somebody just having another computer and watching it. So we have like the time delay, like maybe something like a minute or two.
Yeah.
To kind of do
Yeah, I
that.
think it's 60 seconds. Yeah.
So and it's something that we implemented, but we haven't gone back around. We haven't left it like available to the player because we have so many other things to work on. So it's probably like if we flipped it on now, there'd probably be a couple issues with it. But it was done.
Slumbering at the moment.
Yeah, it's slumbering. Yeah, it's there, and it'll probably need a little bit of TLC. So it's just one of those things like we got a big list of stuff to do, and we're like we will get back to that because it's something we thought was really cool to let people tune in and watch. And as a player, like I would love, to be able to come in and watch some big, epic battle with like two really awesome clans, battling out who are very high level and know what they're doing and see their strategies, and that's a great way to learn. And just see what people do.
Maybe
I'm
you get a
gonna
commentator
listen to
for that one.
I'm going to let someone else ask the question. I've asked so many.
Oh, it's okay.
Ask
That's
away.
what we're here for. Got shirts as well. Pass out.
Wow.
Yeah, and you guys, you know, like I said, you can go and play. You can go and play the alpha build. You know, it's live right now with real players playing. You know, from all around the
We've got
world.
24 stations on the show floor and all 8. So you can stop by and climb the Guardian, take your picture in the Guardian, and
Life size.
play with our alpha users and ask them what they think about it.
So
And leave the missiles and customs. Yeah.
you mentioned that this was the first time of showing PvE. What kind of time frame do you have for getting it into beta or letting people try a mission or two? Is that something that you're considering yet, or
We
is it
do
a case
kind of
of
have like hold the line. We kind of got some.
We got some
now.
co-op style missions in alpha
Yeah.
and beta already, so we're already experimenting with players versus AI. So that's stuff we're still working on, getting feedback on, tweaking. As far as the campaign and story, largely still. I mean, we do have some of it finished, obviously. Still work in progress, but soon.
soon is a good answer?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, it's. I mean, we've got a strike team room back at Petroglyph that whole, and it's a big room, and it says that team is completely devoted to the PvE experience right now, while the rest of us are trying to get all the PvP stuff locked down and all the bugs worked out and stuff like that. So it is really being worked on, and this was like one of the first maps that the team generated. It's got the enemies spawning in, and what's nice is the map auto adjusts to the levels that you guys have. So if you came in at level 1, it would be a lot lighter. The units that would be generated would be a lot easier. Yeah. And then if you come in, so when we were all testing between the companies, we're like, everybody go to level 10, because originally, like, I'm playing level 1 and I'm playing level 8, and like, well, I'm playing against that unit doesn't work. Wait, I didn't see that unit. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna be at level 10, so we all know what's working. Yeah, because it's spawning a lot of units to battle against. Well, cool. Thank you so much for coming, and good to see you guys.
Thank you.
It's
Come
definitely
back again, man. It's been
my pleasure. Our
it's
pleasure.
been quite it's the biggest, longest project I've ever worked on.
Thank you.
Was a pleasure.